the coin, you need to really come up with diagrams and design those overhangs very carefully. This is also different type of design that you can use on your windows. Like, what do you think these vertical ones will, which facade would you put these verticals on, for example? On the south, on the west, or on the east? No clue?
Can we say west or east?
West or east, because yes. Again, so the horizontal, it's good for south, because the sun, it's usually when it travels through the day, it's going to be up. So you can stop the sun with a horizontal overhang. But when it goes down, either in the morning or in the afternoon, the angle is so low that there's no horizontal thing that, and you see when you are driving, and you know when it's in the morning that you have the sun hitting your eyes, even your little, how do you think that, the flap that you have in your car, even that doesn't stop the sun because it's so low that it's not even helping. So you need really something in front of you to block it. Sometimes I put my hand sometimes. Obviously you can put it all the time because I'm gonna press someone, but the only way to stop the sun in the afternoon or in the morning is to use vertical louvers or a tree or something that is in a vertical position. Or you can do this trick, which is a little bit of horizontal and a little bit of vertical, but still, again, it's like the flap in your car. It doesn't help when it's very, very low. Okay. Passive houses don't need to be ugly or dull. I mean, you can come up with very nice designs. And I put this because on the video that I was going to show you, there was a very ugly house. So it doesn't need to be that, okay? So that's why our architects come to help. This is another link. I probably can give it to Ms. Amy later. So there's a lot of examples, and you can click on each example, and it will give you the detail of that project. I just put these two. One is in California, and this is in Austria, different continents, but still, you know, they are using big glazing, but where? Probably it's in the south facade. Again, the one on the sides are very limited, and the shape of the house also is helping to do that. Okay?
Quick question. In Austria, is that a flat roof? I mean, what about snow accumulation?
Sometimes you can hide it. Like I did that in my house when I designed it in Argentina. I wanted the look of a flat house, but I had, you know, it was low, but it was hidden inside that. Probably, I didn't went in detail on this project, but it's probably what they are doing. I just put a little bit of water conservation because I know that you're going to use it. So water is a very, you know, scarce resource, and we need to really value the use of it. So I don't know, here in Austin, they are just, you know, not doing much, just giving you some data you can use for irrigation, I guess. But on some other areas, there are a lot of concern, and they are doing their best to try to save water. So one thing that you can use is use high efficiency plumbing fixtures, and use, you know, water saving devices, you know, those toilets that you can have to press one button or the other, depending on how you use it. That's one example. I guess there are a lot of appliances also that you can use, that you can save water on them. Design landscape for water efficiency. So you have, the best is to use native plants. So again, it's like I was telling you about how people from the past accommodate their architecture to make their houses comfortable without air conditioning. The same thing, we need to see the nature. So how our plants or vegetation is around us, because it's actually, it takes years for them to adapt to that climate. So using native plants helps not the need of not excessive irrigation on those plants because they are already adapted to this climate. So supposedly they're going to survive with the rainfall that we have on that area. So that's a very smart way to do it. Then meter water usage, that's always smart to know how much you are using and trying to restrain the use of it if you need. Reduce evaporation. So when you schedule your irrigation, try to do it not when you have a lot of heat, because at the moment that you spread water on an area and it's hot, it's going to evaporate. So try to irrigate your lawns when, like at night, when there's not that much heat. That avoids evaporation. Well, and then you can harvest, obviously, rainwater through a system. I think you're going to have to do this on your project. So you have to use some kind of system to save your water on a tank that can be on top. It can be like exposed, or it can also be buried, like a cistern, and like this one here. That's what I put this. And you can also recover your gray water. Your gray water is what you use for dishwashers or washing your cleaning your floors. That is called gray water because it has been used, but not for it can be recovered. And the groundwater as well, when it already rained, and there's systems that when the rain already happened and it went through the soil, you can have a system of plumbing that is perforated, so you can actually absorb that water and also take it before filtration to go to a tank like this. Wind collector, I think that you also are going to talk about that, Ms. Amy, so I just put a very, very brief note about that. And again, and also the use of solar panels. So what facade do you think is going to be ideal to use for solar panels? Which is the one that is more exposed to the sun? Here. South, very good. Yeah, so that's the one that has the most exposure during the day. You can also put it on the west, but it's going to be, getting a lot of sun, but only on the afternoon. And then for wind collector systems, you have seen probably when you travel those huge fans, but those are for wind farms, which they put a lot of those and they connect all of those and they go to a place that they collect the energy, the electricity. But you can also use it in a smaller size for your houses. So that's only to help that particular house to have energy from the wind. And it works like a windmill. So the mechanical effort that the windmill has to make for moving the wind, it's going to collect energy.
And that stores into a battery.
It stores into a battery.
And then you draw on the battery.
Yeah, and the inverter is what it transforms the energy from these to be able to use in house.
How much room does the controller, the battery pack, and the inverter take up? How much space does it take up?
It doesn't take much. The battery is,
So you could have just a little outbuilding?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are different types of turbines. I just, and there are also, actually, this is another link. It was supposed to be a link for the best turbines for your house, for a small building. I think that's it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Any questions? You guys are going to be building a house. Your water collection is not going to be, that was pretty small.
Yes.
Yours is going to be pretty good size, like for your family that's going to live in your house. And so, and it's not going to be buried, it's going to be above ground, so I can see it. So I can, it's kind of like when I was in high school, I had a student say we could create our own projects, and so he decided